Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture video in the process scheduling and synchronization. In the operating system, we have the process scheduling and synchronization. In that, we are going to discuss about the CPU scheduling, how CPU scheduling concepts working in the operating system. We are going to discuss the basic concepts of CPU scheduling, scheduling criteria, scheduling algorithm, thread scheduling, and multiple process scheduling, real-time CPU scheduling, algorithm evaluation. So let's start with the CPU scheduling basic concepts. The maximum CPU utilization obtained with multi-programming. We have the CPU input-output burst cycle, and have the process of execution consists of cycle of your CPU execution and input-output wave. CPU burst followed by input output burst. CPU burst distribution is the main of the concept. So load store, add store, restore. We have the basic concept: CPU burst, input output burst, CPU burst, input output burst. So in the right side have the basic things. There are the CPU burst followed by the input output. Burst. CPU is the distribution of main concepts here. So for CPU scheduler is nothing but it's a short-term scheduler, selects from among the process in a ready queue and allocate the CPU to one of them. Queue may be ordered in various ways. CPU scheduling decision may take place when a process switches from running to waiting stage, switches from running to steady state. For example, running to waiting stage is the first process we having the CPU scheduling decision. The second process is switching from running to ready state. Waiting stage is the initial state, then it followed with running to steady state, then switches from waiting to ready. So then finally it will terminate. So scheduling under 1 and 4 it's a non-primitive. So all other scheduling is a primitive. There are primitive and non-primitive things we are having. So short-term scheduler selects from the among the process in a ready queue and allocate the CPU to one of them. Queue may be ordered in various ways. So CPU scheduling take many places with a process. Scheduler under 1 and 4 is non-primitive. All other scheduling is primitive. So this is about the CPU scheduler basic things. The scheduling criteria is CPU utilization. We have the concepts behind the scheduling criteria. So in this we have the CPU utilization, throughput. CPU utilization keep the CPU as busy as possible. So throughput is the process of that complete their execution per time unit. So turnaround time is the amount of time to execute a particular process. So waiting time is the amount of time process has been awaiting in the ready to queue. So in the response time, we having response time is the amount of time it takes from where when a request was submitted until the first response is produced, not output for the time sharing environment. So scheduling criteria having the CPU utilization, throughput, turnaround time, waiting time, response time. We all this is a basic concept we have to remember is CPU utilization. Keep the CPU as busy as possible. So whenever the CPU will be having the one job at the time, the next job will be in the waiting stage. After completing the current job, the next job automatically and start having the process in the CPU. So keeping the CPU as busy as possible is a place important thing. The throughput is a process that complete the execution per time unit. Throughput is a important concept in the operating system. Process that complete their execution per time unit. So time taken to complete a process with for execution, complete their execution, that is the throughput. Then turnaround time is amount of time to execute a particular process, that is a turnaround time. There might be a time to taken more than certain time to execute a entire particular process is a turnaround time. Then waiting time is amount of time process has been waiting in the ready queue. Then response time is amount of time it takes from when a request was submitted until the first response is produced, not output for time sharing environment. So this is a response time we having. So throughput, turnaround time, waiting time, response time. Suppose the response time we have to clearly understand is when a request was submitted until the first response is produced, not output for time sharing environment. So when the request was submitted until the first response is produced. So that time taken gap is a response time we are having. So waiting time is amount of time process has been waiting in the ready queue. So waiting time is the ready to process waiting in the queue. Suppose job 1 is taking process in the CPU, job 2 is in the waiting stage. So the amount of time to for taking for process has been waiting in the ready queue. So how much time for taking the waiting, that we call as waiting time to enter into the process. So there is a waiting time. So this is about the scheduling criteria, the important terms we are regularly having. So this is about the scheduling algorithm and criteria, and we have CPU throughput and other things. We can discuss these things in the next lecture video. Scheduling all the optimization criteria. So turnaround time, waiting time, response time, throughput, maximum CPU utilization we are also having. So this is about this lecture video. We have discussed the CPU scheduling basic concepts and what are the CPU scheduler and what are the scheduling things, important terms available in the CPU scheduling. Thanks for watching. Thank you.